It is your friendly host with the most, Don King here, and today we are going to have a very quick tutorial on text bubbles for iPhone and Android users. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do this little quick technique. I just did this 5 minutes ago, so there you go. Just an effect we usually see in movies, and I'm also show you how to get the sound effects there as well. Okay. All right. You get the gist. So let's actually jump into this ASAP. Okay. So one of the first things you're going to see here is as I have a picture of pretty much text bubbles. You can find this on Google or any one of your browsers you use. You can have something like this, or you can find anything else on the web, and you can have this here. I would advise you guys to find some text bubbles with multiple layers so you can actually stimulate a conversation, or you can always make your own. But anyway, let's keep it moving. I did say that this is going to be quick. Okay, so once you have that, all right, make sure you click the PNG file and get your pen tool, and let's make a quick layer mask. Okay, once you have your layer mask complete, all right, one of the first things we are going to do is animate this. Okay, so let's make sure that this is selected. I want you to hit Y on your keyboard to see this is selected, and we are going to move our point. And this is where the text bubble is going to come from. Once we have that target in place, okay, now let's start to add in 3 keyframes. The first keyframe is going to be here. All right, let's go up a little bit more. Next keyframe here. And the third keyframe is going to be right next to it. Okay? Once we have those keyframes, the first keyframe that we had, let's make this 0. Okay? The next keyframe right here, let's make this 110. And last but not least, the next keyframe we're going to have is 100. All right? So what we have created, all right, is a quick little jitter jolt. Okay? And if you don't like it like the same way I'm just kind of like, I could probably do better than that, I'm actually crank this up to 130. Okay, and this is 100 right here, so it should have just a little jump back for the text bubble. Okay, and of course for the middle, all right, to add a little bit more smoothness with this, let's add an easy ease. An easy ease. Straight out of Compton. All right. Never. That's supposed to be professional. All right. So you see pretty much the text bubble animated like so. Awesome. So now let's go up here and let's add in, okay, a text layer. Okay. So new text. All right. And let's actually have this up here. And for the text, all right, we are going to start off with, all right, and guys, I apologize. Here's one thing that I'm doing totally wrong. When you hit the T, it automatically creates a text layer. So sorry if I made the job a lot harder, but let's keep moving. I make mistakes. I'm here. All right, so let's say B King, and let's make this. What time is it? Let's say 7, all right, 07. All right, it doesn't matter, it's an example. But you have this right here, all right, and we're gonna put this right on top of here. All right, the kind of text I used is blah 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 blah, blah blah. All right, and we're gonna make this text thin. All right, so we're gonna kind of have that thin text right here. All right. Now we are going to, of course, grab our text tool again, and we're going to type in the box, whatever you want to type in. Hey, what's good? Alright. And we're going to put that in the text bubble. Now, with this being said, you don't want these fonts to be the same. So with this, you want this to have a light effect. And the reason being is obviously it's a text message. You want more emphasis with the text, all right? The top part, of course, is the more lighter, non-important layer, okay? So next, all right, one of the next effects that we want to get is I want you to go to your effects and presets, and I want you to type in typewriter, all right, typewriter. And once you get typewriter, all right, I want you to put this, all right, where you want the typewriter to occur. So hopefully, all right, once the animation bubble pops up, you want your typewriter to start up. So it can kind of look like this. Okay. Awesome. So once you have that, all right, that is the basics of how to basically have a text bubble, but we're gonna take this a step further because, as I said, I want you guys to see what I did for the other. So after the single text bubble, you're gonna highlight all of this and do Control D, and you're gonna take those other files and put them underneath, okay? And once you have them underneath, I want you to take all three of these files at the same time, and I want you to drag them over, okay? So drag them to about right here, okay? And click away. Now, one of the things that we are going to do is we are going to change up this mask, all right? So first we're going to get rid of, all right, the scaling here, and we're going to take away the mask here so you can actually see the other text bubbles. And of course, you guys should know what we're going to do next. We're going to grab our pen tool and we are going to make a new mask around the next text bubble, like so, okay? And I want you to hit Y again, all right? Y! I want you to hit Y again, and I want you to grab that point and put it here, all right? And if you guys remember, all right, when that bubble comes up, it comes up from that point. And it's the same thing with this. And once you have that there, all right, and you time it out, this is when you can go back to your previous layer and you can basically copy, all right, the coordinates here, copy, Control C, and then come here, all right, Control V, and do the same thing. So when you have that, you have your text bubble here, and with the two texts, all right, here and here, and you can just drag those down like so. Obviously, folks, you know, you're gonna have to move over the text, but pretty much, you know, put this over here, rename it, same thing with the text. You know, rename it to whatever you want to do, and so on and so forth. Also, if you want to resize your text bubble, all right, remember your scaling is right here, all right? So if you want to resize anything, okay, make sure that it is the last text bubble in which you want to resize, okay? Of course, it's up to you on what you want to do, but what I just did is I'm unlinked the scaling, so it can be individual. So wherever the last one is pretty much the size that it's going to be, and then you can type in your other stuff. Okay. So now that we're done with the basis, here's another thing that I would like to point out that will actually be very helpful with you guys, depending on what you guys are trying to do, let's just say with your text. All right. What you can do is you can always get done with your text and of course transfer it over and use an overlay or a screen, but sometimes that screen is really light and some people just want to keep it just like this and then afterwards add the effects afterwards. So one of the things that I suggest is is you can actually grab a green palette, all right, and pretty much put that underneath so you can have your own custom chroma key layer. So then when you're done with this, you can go to Premiere Pro or Vegas or whatever you use, and you can use that to pretty much get what you want. Okay, so now to jump to Premiere Pro, the reason why I went here is sometimes your text goes really fast. So a quick way to do this, instead of going in and pretty much spreading out the keyframes and so on and so forth, is you can come here to Premiere Pro, cross-link, go here, okay, right click, speed, take it down to like 55, all right? And once you have it to 55 to where it's like a normal speed, okay, you can go to whatever website you go to or YouTube and just download sound effects. Sound effects is everything, all right? So this right here is a sound effects cue. So with the sound effects cue, all right, it has a more natural feel. These right here are snapshots of the end of this. The reason being is I want to provide space for the pauses. So pretty much that's done. Space, da 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 da, space, da 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 da, space. Okay, so that's what I did to get that space. And now let's go ahead and wrap this puppy up. Okay, so let's actually open up let's see, one of my other files, and let's see, I've been working on this one for a minute. Let's see, takes iPhone. Let's do this one. Okay, all right, so with this, all right, I'm going to use actually the exact same footage I used for the example. So I'm not going to use this one right here. I'm going to use the same one. So give me a minute, you guys. Thank you for being so patient with me. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see here. There's so many files. You would think I'd be more organized, right? Okay, I'm close. There we go. Okay. All right. So let's actually take away this right here, and let's bring in 66. Okay, and let's take that away. All right, cool. So last but not least, okay, we are going to now, okay, import our text. All right, our green screen text. So let's find that real quick. All right. I believe this is it. Why do I have two of these? Gosh, I don't know why I do this to myself. All right, let me make sure. Let me make sure this is the right one. All right. Okay. Awesome. So now back to the composition. Let's drag this down. Okay. Once you have this down, then your palette, you can treat it just like a chroma key file. So let's go on ahead and get our key. All right, and I use key light. All right, which is in the After Effects system here, and our text is ready. Okay, and yes, guys, excuse me. You can always mess with the opacity to have it have more of a reflective look. It's almost really about preference at this point, but you can have this like so. Okay, so I'm gonna do about 85. I think 85 was a good look. Okay, so we have that. All right, next, okay, the final step in all of this is to track this with this. All right, and the thing about tracking is, with the recent programs, they have done a good job with pretty much making it better locate and find certain things. But one of the things that you have to do when you track, oops, I jumped the gun. I apologize, guys. One of the things you have to consider is first, obviously click the bottom layer, never the actual effect, because this affects here. All right. When you track something, okay, you always want to have your track point on something clear. Okay. So granted, you can always track, all right, a small instance, but unless you're working with 4K or not, chances are your track can get a little discombobulated. All right. So I would like to track my phone in this instance, but I can already tell, and just through trial and error, half of my text is going to be way over here. So instead of tracking this, let's do something random. Let's do right here. All right. So let's quickly analyze what that track will do for me. So let's wait until it analyzes it all out. And what you are able to see is you are able to kind of get a feel on what your track is going to be, and or what your track is going to look like when you're done. Okay. And the thing is that, as I said, if your footage is not crystal clear like mine is pretty washed out. And I apologize once again because I pretty wanted, I wanted to show you guys pretty quickly on how basic this technique is, but yet a little complexity is there. I wanted you guys to get that feel. Okay, so once you have that and the computer renders out where everything goes, then that's basically where your track is going to be. So make sure that it's not on something extremely jerky. No, that's really what it is. Okay, and last but not least, let's just hit apply. Of course, you see the frames here and the XY, and we're just going to play this, and that should be the end of the tutorial. So let's see what happens. So just let it render out. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, awesome. Let's replay that so you can get a better gist, and I think we're good. All right, awesome. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I apologize for my flaws and all, but I hope you guys got a more fine-tuned sense of this technique. It is a fun technique, and you can use this for pretty much any one of your short films. It is your host with the most, Don King here. I'll be putting out tutorials quite frequently. Thank you guys for your time. Please subscribe for more information. I will be coming out with the book based on college hacks as well as careers. You can always reach me on my social medias, which is down below. And yeah, that's it, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. I am an actual teacher in real life, and guys, I'm here for you on a whole bunch of things. So thank you guys for tuning in, and yeah, I'm signing off. Thank you.